I've been in the wellness industry for a bit over a decade now. When I first left massage school, I did work for a few other people, but to be honest with you, I was actually kind of afraid to get my license. I was afraid that all the time that I put in to this project, to this thing that I love, all the schooling that I took, what if I failed? And that was really scary for me. I had never really failed before. I have parents that kind of always protected me from failure, and whether or not that was a good or a bad thing is a different discussion, but that's sort of how my life always was, right? And it took me a little while to actually obtain my license. And then when I finally did, I worked for company that didn't run their business all so well. She was successful because she was the only one in town, but not because she was good. Uh, and I remember one time I was talking to a client and she actually yelled at me in front of a client. It was very, very embarrassing. You know, any discussions I think should be had on the back end. That's not for a client to hear the drama of a space. Because there always will be, right? I mean, that's kind of the nature of a workplace. And even when you try to keep it all hunky dory, personalities sometimes clash, and that's okay. Things happen, right? So I knew very early on, and even when I was in massage school, that I wanted to open up my own business. And I really advocated and pushed myself, and it was really, really scary. I mean, I took a year before I even put anything to action. And then when I did, it took off. Within the first year, I was seeing 100 grand. And by year three, I had 12 employees, and the business was doing in the 300s. And then it all kind of imploded. I think I moved too fast. I hired too fast. All the things that the gurus tell you not to do. But you see a need and you want to fill it. And you know you're capable because you've done it before. But you don't stop to think about all of the things that really go into the business side of a business. And even though I'm business minded and entrepreneurial minded, there's still things that you miss because your head's in it. You want so bad for that business to thrive. That is your heart. That is your soul. That's your baby. And you sometimes don't realize that you're an ostrich sticking your head in the ground and going la 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 and ignoring things that really need to be taken care of. And that is part of the reason I think my business imploded. And so when I moved, my husband and I moved to be closer to family and, close the business down. I said, I'm not going to have employees. I just want it to be me. I don't even know if I want to work right now. I really, really burnt myself out. And it was difficult. It felt like I had lost my identity. For a whole year, almost a year and a half, I was trying to figure out who I was. I had gained a bunch of weight and I was kind of slipping into a little bit of depression. And so that's kind of where we're at now, right? I am at the end of this cycle of trying to figure out who I am, and I'm picking it back up and picking myself back up. And sometimes we need a break, and I'm blessed that I'm able to take breaks the way I did because not a lot of people can. I know I am blessed in that manner, but the break was so necessary to refill my soul, to re-energize what I thought I had lost in the chaos of running my business and feeling like my baby, the thing that I put my heart and soul into, was a failure. It wasn't. It was a lot of really good lessons. And the thing that I'm taking from that is 100% we need to be grateful for even the failures, be grateful for the moments that don't feel as good because there's always an opportunity and always a lesson in those. So, part of this podcast is to bring you inspiration in business, but the other part is for you to find some inspiration in the health and wellness sector. And I am a big advocate of biohacking. I am a big advocate of, what you say becomes your destiny. You are the manifester of your life. Put trust and love in God, but the way you speak to yourself is just as important. And I want to take you along the journey of me kind of reintegrating into myself. And hopefully you can learn too that burnout isn't the end of the road, that failure isn't the end of the road, and there's something more and bigger and better for you out there. And I'm really excited for this. I'm really excited for this chapter of my life. And I hope that you come join me along on the journey. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.